Hey everybody, just getting things kicked off here this morning. It's been a little while and we're trying to get a arena game going. As usual, I'm being a fool and just started queuing and started the stream, and so who knows how long it'll take. Hopefully not too long. Some of the other fun stuff that's happened since we streamed last time, the Fjords map has made its way onto Board Game Arena. I really like that map. It's actually probably my favorite. So I'm really excited to be able to get some more games on it. Lumen just had another one of his all expert player commentary streams where we played on Fjords yesterday, so that was a lot of fun. And I'm hoping to keep getting some more Fjords games, and I might stream some Fjords games here too. But felt like trying to actually move up in arena here this morning. Other fun stuff that's happened is Fire 2 Open had their group selection stuff, and so I had a little fun doing some smack talk and just seeing how the groups broke down. Opening round, I have 3 players that I don't really know that well overall. Chase Dew and Barnawal, I don't know much about. I kind of just peeked at their profiles, but I don't really think I've played them much, if at all. And then the other one is Green Rain, who is one of the highest rated Stelman players. So I know him, and we've played a little bit on Stelman, although not as much as I thought, actually, when I looked through it later. But anyhow, he's a very strong player on Snellman, but it's always interesting exactly how much that translates to live. I mean, he's certainly going to be good, right? But it'll be interesting to see how well he adapts to live play. There's certainly some players like Starman who have proved that they're very strong async and very strong live, because Starman was competing for like an arena season championship recently. But then there's some others like RDK yet. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, he does pretty well in Fire 2 Open, but he hasn't necessarily done incredible, and it's tough to say how much that transition to live matters. I'm not sure. But anyhow, as a whole, it's a fun group. But I think it's definitely a winnable group for us. I think it's clearly... Hey, Loki, it's okay. We got snow overnight, and so the snow clearers are here this morning, and that always bugs him when there's a bunch of people clearing off all the snow outside of our apartment. You're okay, bud. It's okay. Anyhow, yeah, I think the group is really, it's definitely, I think, a little bit easier than we've had in the previous seasons. In season 1, I pulled a group of Zorus, Nerdcube, and FireX, and that's a crazy strong group. Zorus and Nerdcube are there's a pretty short list of players that I think are as good as I am in live play. And Zorus and Nerdcube are definitely on that list, and FireX comes real close. And then season 2, we had Gino, who went on to win the whole thing, Nerdcube again, and then George Shortwell. So I think this group is a bit easier, but you're okay. I know, they're right outside the apartment. Alright. Yeah, you can come on camera for a bit. It's okay. But anyhow, I think this season our group is probably a bit easier, but every game can go any which way, right? I mean, that's why we play them, and even if we have an edge, it doesn't guarantee anything, so we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, so that's kind of some of the recent happenings in the Terra Mystica world. Let's go peek at, let's go take a turn in a game, I guess, while we're waiting. Oh, we don't really have a turn, we just get to accept a free power, sure. That's fine. Hello, Super. Glad that you popped in. I'm queuing for Arena. As usual, I probably should learn to just wait to start these streams until I actually have a matchup, but I kind of tend to press the Q button and then be like, what else am I doing? Well, may as well set up the stream. But then it leaves me with awkward periods here where I just talk forever because there's nothing actually happening. Nobody else wants to queue. I mean, to be fair, I'm at an awkward time on Sunday morning for like most Americans, and I guess it's still just like probably noonish or early afternoon for Europeans. So this is probably, and then most of the Asian players are probably asleep. So probably not the greatest time to be attempting to queue. I haven't looked at this list recently. It's actually that's not even the list I wanted. I want the arena list. There's 12 players that are up to elite now, which is cool. We're down there as a way because we really just haven't played much. Is mostly the issue. The top of the leaderboard is really kind of interesting thus far, though. Um, some players like Claybo, Nerdcube, Hephaestus, Deep Finesse, not surprising to see them, or even Hades. Myoblast, a little surprising. He's pretty good, but I'm curious how many games it is. Jay is also really good. I don't really know this player at all. I don't super know this player, and I don't think I recognize Terra Steel at all either. So, but it's always fun to see who each arena season pops up. So, I also don't recognize this player at all either. But looks like they made a good run in order to make elite. Logus is almost into the elite league, which makes sense. A lot of the kind of usual names we've seen the last couple arena seasons up there, but a couple others. But yeah, we just need some more games. This player is pretty good and they play a ton, but just don't recognize them much. Curious if I've ever played them. I've played them exactly once, and I won by quite a bit. And it was back in May, so I guess not super shocking. I don't remember it. There's a good chance that I should just end this stream and start. Oh, well, I was about to say I'd start when I actually have a game, but look at that. We actually have somebody. Although we probably have somebody because it looks like it finally jumped to our slower settings, which is fine, but yeah, I I don't even love normal speed games, and I just won't even play at slow timer settings because slow timer settings enable games to go like over 3 hours, and I'm not doing that. You had an idea for a new series. Yeah, what's it? I like it more and more. I'm intrigued. Yeah, let's bring it on. I do have time this morning because I already did my async turns too, which it's not great, but I got nothing going here. I guess I could pull up diplomacy on the other screen, but expert watches noobs. Oh, interesting. So I just pull up like I just pull up a game of players that aren't as rated highly, and then we just watch what they do and try to predict it, and then constantly be surprised when they hard dig. Sends you a replay, 300 plus or something. Oh, okay. So we're not watching complete beginners. We're watching. Yeah, I see. We watch like players in that like good slash strong, but not expert yet, and so they're good and they understand loosely what to do, but then they're missing a lot of other stuff. Um, yeah, that is interesting. I mean, that's a little bit of kind of what happens in the Discord occasionally, anytimes too, where people posting games for post game analysis. Although a lot of times it's obviously like experts commenting at an expert level. But yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea. I do think I do think one of the harder things about this game is always that jump from like good to strong to expert type stuff. It's it can be hard when you're in those mid tiers to understand what's wrong with your play. Um, because yeah, you tend to have a good enough understanding of how to have a good game, but it can be tough to understand why some games you play like certain lines and it goes really well, but then some games you do the same stuff and it goes so much worse. And obviously there's explanations for that, but it can be hard to get that insight. So yeah, I see what you're saying, super. Yeah, I agree, and I don't think that's crazy because again, there's lots of like I think kind of little and smaller ideas and stuff that we talk about occasionally, but I do think there's stuff that a lot of us just kind of gloss over because we assume it's understood, but I don't think it's always that clear to other players. So yeah, people do learn a lot from their mistakes. Hey, we do have a game though. It didn't take that long. I recognize Danchenko a little bit because I think I played him a bit in a tournament once. Don't really recognize the others, but upshot is we have a game. As for pulling up diplomacy, diplomacy is kind of interesting. I totally could show some of it, but it's also well at this point both of my diplomacy games are just absolute trash, so that's not that interesting. But oh well. Anyhow, this game we actually have a Terra Mystica game to play. We're picking third. Oh, we do have fast timer settings. Yay! All right. I prefer to even though I'm not the fastest player when I'm streaming, I still prefer the game to be kept to like 2 hours or less, which fast timer settings at least helps ensure. Anyhow, we have no big buildings, we have no dwellings for the past tiles, and we have no worker power. That's okay. That means there's not a lot of workers on the past tiles early, so strats of like trying to build strongholds early is usually a little tougher, and setting up early dwelling economy is good. The track itself, we have trading posts into digging, into big buildings, into temples, into towns, into dwellings. This is a kind of mediocre track. It's this round, you're not going to do much. It's hard to get more than, one or two digs in this round. You build a big building in 3. You might build a temple in 4. You try to get 2 towns, maybe 3 towns here. Then you get a bunch of dwellings. So the last 2 rounds are pretty good. Dwellings after towns is often pretty good because this essentially is now build trading posts a lot of the times. If you already have your town space, you build up, make your towns, and then you can, in the final round, put out a lot of dwellings. So it's an okay track. The cult rewards have a lot of coins, and the pastiles have a lot of coins. So it's a very coin-rich game. We do have some workers off the cults, and then we have some spades. Although it's hard to get spades in round 1 for a lot of factions off the cults, and then these spades basically come at a point where they're hardly worth anything. I mean, they at least give you some more hexes to build dwellings on, but like you want your towns done already, so you can't use these spades to help set up towns, or it's just not as good. So yeah, all of this suggests to me that this is a game where we really probably just want to build a temple early because all of our priests will pay out multiple cult rewards and coins. So there's a lot of value in sending priests to the cult tracks when able. There's a lot of coins on the cult track, which means we would prefer to set up our economy that we're pretty worker rich. So we'll build lots of dwellings. We can even consider hard digging then. And we'll get our coins off the pastiles, off the coins power action, and off the cult rewards. And we'll try to set up for 2 towns in round 5 with pretty much any faction. We might try to set up for 3. It can be hard to hit 3 towns in round 5, though. For a lot of factions, we're going to consider a round 3 Sanctuary for Water 1, probably. A lot of factions will consider opening Earth 1. If you don't open Earth 1, I mean, this round is a great time to snag Water 1. This round might be an okay time to snag Air 1 if you're willing to build up that much, which possible. We'll see. And yeah, we have Alchemists thus far. We have Witches, both really good picks. Very fine here. Alchemists actually aren't great here. This map, I think, is just really tough for them, and I think it's not great pastiles, so we're going to try to avoid it. Hey, Ghostly, would Mermaids be good? Yeah, so mermaids would be good, but now they're sandwiched, so I'm a lot less interested in that. I have been wanting to explore Swarmlings more on this map. And you could do a Swarmlings game plan of maybe some digs, maybe a Sanctuary, hit 2 towns in 5, but it's not a great track, and the past tiles are iffy for it, and now they're sandwiched, which I don't think sandwich Swarmlings are that bad, but I'm just not that thrilled by it. I kind of wanted to put Cultists in, but Alchemists make that really awkward because I think Cultist you'd want to start here, and you'd really like to win the race to this Hex, and you probably just don't. Um, so I think this is just put in a red faction. Um, the tough part about red faction here is that I said I really wanted to. I would prefer if I'm a red faction to build up early, but there's no 2 worker tile. So that means that my worker economy is a bit iffy. Also, giants actually don't make as much sense because I've said I really want to send priests to cults. So maybe this is just a chaos pick. Yeah, I think chaos. I think chaos have a game here. Chaos with late dwellings is often pretty good. Towns are not great for chaos, but on this map we can often hit 2 if we try for it. We often are very happy to build a mid-game temple as chaos. Yeah, let's go with that. Hello, good morning, Kimball. Fish sandwich super, yeah. I think Swarmlings are fine here still, actually. Like, I don't think they care that much about the sandwich, so I think it would have been okay, but I'm not, like, thrilled to do it. So I'm happier to do this. I should also forget that I never dropped. Some of you have some of you just found me anyhow, but I should drop a notice to others that I'm streaming in case they care. All right. Okay. Anyhow, I'm curious to see what the last faction is. Oh, the last faction is mermaids. God, that's miserable. I really kind of dislike when people do this. So this makes alchemists a lot worse. And I thought alchemists were already bad. Sandwiched mermaids are like still playable on this map, but it's really hard to know how to value them. I think this means chaos are probably the best faction here. Just because yeah, nobody's gonna touch your hexes really. Actually, you also get to start center as chaos this game because there's no way for you to get trapped in. So you get to take all the early leech and just go for a sanctuary and still expand. I would really like chaos here as long as I don't have to pay too much, but we'll see. I can get Earth 2 with Chaos Mages as a low worker game. I'd get extra coins. Yeah, exactly. Chaos Mages are really good here. The only slight downside is Chaos Magicians is I'm not sure what. I don't know what tile. I'm not sure because mermaids presumably take the spade. They almost certainly should, and so Chaos Magicians. I guess you just take the priest and you just send it to Earth, because you're not normally going to get the water spade unless you take water 2, which water 2 is not that bad, but it only pays out 1 spade early. I think I would just take priest, send it to Earth, get great tempo on the Earth track, rush Earth 1, hope to get the 2 workers power action, which you probably should get the 2 workers power action, right? And then you assume that things like witches might start double center, mermaids probably start here, alchemists might start here. I don't know. I don't. Part of the reason I don't want mermaids here is wow, and other people are really fighting for mermaids. I mean, mermaids are great on this map, but they're sandwiched. Like alchemists might just start like here and here, and mermaids like love to start here for leech. But if witches start here, like mermaids are going to feel a bit of a pinch this game for sure in terms of trying to get their hexes. One of the upshots from why mermaids aren't as bad as a sandwich as you'd think though is because like witches in this game don't actually care much about blue hexes. They care about their green hexes, and they care about grays because they want like this hex and they want this hex and they want like this hex in order to make towns. But you notice that most of the things they actually care about are not blue. About the only blue hex that witches want is right here. But anyhow, we already have somebody jump to witches, so now we just need to convince this player to go take alchemist for us, and then it would be lovely. But he's not budging yet, but I honestly don't care either, because I think Chaos are great here. I just want to play them. I think they have an easy game. And I think Alchemists are going to have a rough game, because I don't think Alchemists are particularly good on this map. I don't think it's a particularly good Alchemist track. The other interesting thing for Mermaids here is that they might just get blocked from Earth 1, which is, like, fine, but I don't know. It's not the greatest scoring track for Mermaids either, so I don't know. We'll see. The other guy is budging off Chaos a bit here, so the upshot is he's at least considering other options. He's also the one that put Alchemist in, so you hope that he's kind of happy about getting them. So we'll see what happens. These other players are also just bidding for Mermaids, so there's a chance somebody will just jump to Alchemist any second, and I think that would just be great. We definitely want Earth 1 as Chaos this game, partly because we just want to build dwellings late, but partly because I think Chaos really need to take victory point favors in order to have a chance at winning. So have I ever considered a bit slower bidding? I mean, occasionally, but like I also am pretty happy to just jump to Alchemist at any second. So like it's weird how much you want to metagame the bidding, right? Because like some players will just jump really fast at a certain point. Like I could just snatch Alchemist and none of them know. So I don't know. I don't usually try to metagame it too much. But maybe slower bidding has value, but I don't know. These guys just keep bouncing around anyhow currently, so I'm okay with it. I'm actually really happy to see that they're just bidding down witches and mermaids for me for not great reasons, I don't think, but we'll see. Yeah, ghostly. So that makes total sense. Like it is really tricky to it can be tricky to have a really like full understanding of the game and stuff, and like basically I think like one of the first things you really learn on the path to like being a good player is like, okay, fine, we just take Earth 1, we just take Water 1, we build up our economy, and you have a decent number of good games off that formula of just like we take Earth 1, we take Water 1, we score points, we make our towns, we maybe contest some cults network, and like as long as you get enough leech and you have like a good enough expansion and potential, like those games work well. But if you don't get a lot of leech and you get disrupted a little and you lose key hexes because you're taking Earth 1 and stuff, like all of a sudden your game doesn't go very well. But it can be hard to understand why. And like on the path to being better, you start to figure that out. But yeah, kind of at every level of this game, there's little stuff that you like figure out. Um, and yeah, though it can be tricky. It can be definitely tricky at times to like understand why, how to get better, why what you're doing is wrong, especially when it works in other games and stuff. So, hey, isn't the round 5 town scoring very good for witches? Like, get 3 towns there with fire or 2. So, first off, welcome. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat yet, but glad you're here. Anyhow, yes. So round 5 town scoring is good for witches, but with mermaids in the game, uh, and round 5, it's a slightly awkward time for witches to make 3 towns. Carving out that much space and having them like set up to hit in round 5 is possible, but I think it's a bit hard. So it's quite good, but I don't think it's incredible. The rest of the track and the pass tiles are not great for witches. They're fine. Taking Fire 2 in round 5 is also fine, but it's a little awkward when the rounds right before it are basically saying build your temple or sanctuary in order to get a favor tile. So Wall Witches could basically sell out their whole game plan to make 3 towns in round 5, and that is a lot of points. I don't really know where a lot of the rest of their points come from, and I'm not even that convinced it's going to be an easy, smooth sail for them to hit 3 towns. One of the other reasons I don't think it's going to be that smooth for them is for example, witches often like to like start here and here, or they start like here and over here, and they really like to make like this town right through here. But in order to make this town or even this town, this hex becomes crucial for connection. And the issue is in this game, mermaids are, if mermaids like start here, they take temp ship to start, they just dig this in round one, and now you can never connect. And that's a pretty big downer. Mermaids are going to mess with your hexes a bit anyhow this game. So I think witches are fine, but I obviously really like chaos here. I think you get to start center. I think you open sanctuary. I think you get earth 1. I think you can just expand later. You get an easy sanctuary town here because nobody cares about these 3 hexes besides you. You eventually get to ship around and make it to places elsewhere. So I think it's quite good. Which isn't to say witches aren't going to have a good game. It's just I prefer Chaos's game by a decent bit, which is why I keep bidding them. But I am getting to the point where I'm paying a lot for Chaos because nobody wants Alchemists, which I don't blame anybody for not wanting Alchemists, though. I think it just goes really pretty poorly. I mean, Mermaids, again, presumably take this, meaning Chaos, probably take Priest. Witches might get Temp Ship then, and they can just start here and here and do the great Temp Ship opening that I'm a fan of. Which leaves Alchemists starting the game with, like, just coins or something. Like, ugh. I don't see what game plan there is for Alchemist this game. I really don't like Alchemist on this map, so. So, Witches upgraded digging is always quite fun. I agree, that's really great. And you can just make 3 towns in the east. If you could just get, like, you could get a town here, you could get a town here, and you could get a town, like, up in here somewhere. But I think that's not going to work this game. Okay, we do get Chaos for a decent price. I'm not too sad here. We did have to pay for it, so it's not like a slam dunk, but we're pretty good. Anyhow, I love Witches on this map too. I've already played several Witches games on stream here. I really love them as well. I love to exploit their town scoring. I mean, as people who have watched the Zorus's best game video of mine, I showed off a game where I did Witches with 4 towns in round 6 town scoring. That was awesome. It was great fun. I'm totally on board with that game plan usually. But I think the presence of mermaids makes their Witches slightly sadder. I think round 5 towns makes it just a little harder. And ultimately, I still think Chaos Magicians are probably 9 points better because I just think that center start is so strong for Chaos where I'm gonna get all the leech. So we'll see. Yeah, witches getting out. It's going to be a little tricky potentially for witches to rapidly up their worker economy in order to actually do any advanced dig game plan too. But they might still. It's hard to say. But yeah, mermaids is definitely harder for witches when it comes to blue factions. Versus swarmlings, I don't think swarmlings are going to start here very often, and I don't think swarmlings are like ever going to take F3 from you. I think F3 can be just such a critical hex for witches, and I think it's under threat this game with mermaids, so we'll see. I am very curious where a lot of these players are going to start. I think Alchemist starting here was pretty necessary. I think Alchemists might still just start here. I'm expecting several of them to start in these center hexes and for me to get to start here and just soak up a lot of leech, but I'll be a bit sad if that doesn't happen. But we at least see witches are coming here. I would assume witches' other hex is here then. One of mermaids or alchemists will come onto these hexes, I would think. Possibly both still. Yeah, mermaids do just go there still. Mermaids go here. That's a little surprising. That's great news for witches. Witches have all of these hexes open to them now, and so they can do just like a full east game plan and not care because mermaids aren't over here. They do all just oblige us, so we do get to just have crazy fun right here. I'm just debating if this is still possibly better. This is still not that crazy, to be fair, because like we do just get over here and we're still gonna get a lot of leech. But I think this has to be the play. We just get that nice sanctuary town. We can eventually ship over to stuff. We might be able to get a town through here if we get enough shipping early. Although witches might beat us to this hex, to be fair. But yeah, let's get greedy and have fun. Yes, Dan is very. I agree. The one thing I remember from my tournament games is he can be very aggressive about securing hexes. So the good news is he's blue and he just doesn't care about our hexes. So I think we're okay. But and somebody's claiming this is bold, but this is just so not bold in this sort of color arrangement. Like witches would have to triple dig this hex. Like this hex is just under no threat this game. Center is so fine. But yeah, Leech Party is on full. Like we're all gonna get so much power early. It's going to be nuts. The ideal game for us is that we open Trading Post into Temple for Earth 1, Earth 2. We would wheel the Workers action so that we can open Sanctuary. If we don't wheel the Workers, it's okay. We can spend 6 power for 2 Workers. That's obviously 2 power worse, which is meaningful, but it's not the end of the world. I still just take Priest here. Priest to Earth is so much long-term value. And we get that first Priest to Earth, which is great. The only other real consideration is probably like 4 coins and a Cult Step here is fine as well, but this is better. Nice Leech for Witches. Yeah, I mean, honestly, everybody's going to have great Leech, because Alchemists are going to upgrade first here, and I think Witches are... Well, actually, Witches... My usual argument on this map is Witches should put their Temple here, because your Sanctuary Town goes here, where your Stronghold Town might go here, or like here. So we'll see. I actually expect Witches upgrade here. Mermaids are going to upgrade here, presumably. Well, they have to, right? It's their only neighbor, yeah. Witches do take Temp Ship. Makes a lot of sense. They can just build on these hexes. Witches also potentially will have the opportunity to open... I've done this sometimes, right? You open Trading Post and then you double dig these hexes and you open Trading Post 5 dwellings and like a half dwelling rush, which is pretty strong too. So we'll see. The Witches are upgrading here, so that's really good for Alchemists. I'm not sure about upgrading here, because if you're going to go for a Temple, I still, yeah, like I said, I think that's the wrong spot, but, oh well. This is just an insane Leech. Like, this is such an insane Leech game. It's going to be so much Leech for us this game, though, which I think is, again, I mean, it's part of why we paid so many points to take them. We definitely paid a lot for Chaos, but I think it's going to prove worth it. Alchemists take a Priest, which is a bit surprising because they might get Earth 1 blocked now. I don't care about Priest to Earth as much as I care about Earth 1 this game. Again, I think Chaos Magicians, you just get so many favor tiles early. You really want a good scoring tile instead of just all economy. So we're still just we're on Rush Earth 1 this game. We take Earth 1 and Earth 2 here. Those are the most important for us. I don't think there's any way Earth 2 runs out, but like we definitely need Earth 2 this game as well. So we hope to wheel the Workers power action. Now that Alchemist took a Priest, I think we're okay. I'm not sure. I'm also really curious if Mermaids are going to just take Earth 1 now or take Double Dig, or if Witches don't need Double Dig either though because they have Temp Ship. So like I don't totally know how this is going to go, but... And yeah, Witches have so much Leech this game too. I mean, there is a decent chance that Witches are actually in the best spot this game. I thought for sure Mermaids were still going to like start over here or like up here and annoy Witches, but Mermaids decided to like start here, which... This, again, like Witches are going to lose this hex, but I don't think Witches care that much because I do think Witches can now just live purely on the east over here and be fine, and they have nobody meddling with a lot of their stuff. So we'll see. Alchemist advanced ship. It suggests that they do just want digs. They are missing out on Earth 1, so I think Alchemists are pretty firmly on... I think they're pretty firmly dead, which is what I've been saying. I expect witches might just double dig here, but I'm not sure. We're gonna get the workers' power action. It looks like almost certainly. Yeah, and witches don't even do anything. They just wanted. They have temp shift. They don't care. So yeah, we take workers here. Yeah, definitely take workers. We get our sanctuary. We still get priest to earth because alchemists use theirs for shipping. So we're gonna have great. We're gonna have great earth cult rewards throughout the game, which is gonna be really good for us. The one interesting thing is if we're gonna get spades next round, everybody's still gonna have a lot of power next round. So that's a slight concern for us, but it's not a big deal. With luck, maybe we get mermaid's spade tile. It's possible. That would be the best case scenario for us. I'm not sure though. We'll see. Dan's gonna think for a bit. I assume he's gonna double dig, but I guess where, right? Because he only has this hex to dig, so the double dig doesn't do him much good. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm actually gonna turn the hex names off for a bit because for whatever reason this morning they're just annoying me. But if anybody later needs them on or wants them on to actually be able to converse about certain things, just let me know. I can turn them back on, but it's just a little too busy for me right now. Would it bum me out if income display is on? Oh yeah, I hate the income display also, but I could settle for that. Let's try it for a bit. Oh, just look at that. Just ugh. As alchemist, I would double dig the red square now. This thing? Isn't that a triple dig? This is a triple dig. I would never touch this as alchemists, but if you want a triple dig as alchemist, go for it. But yeah, as alchemist, I would just accept that this is never part of a town, and I'm just building my towns elsewhere. Like I think that's the best plan for alchemist. But you could try to make a sanctuary town through here, but I think alchemist game plan has to be to just get worker economy rolling. I mean, what alchemists really want here is to just get this single spade, and I think they're gonna get it. They might get double spade yet, actually, but they really want to single spade this hex and just build some dwellings. I'm not even sure they really want to build a temple anymore. I mean, they should build a temple soon, you would think, but maybe not. You still don't know the wheel. Okay, no, that's fair. Anyhow, yeah, this red hex is a triple dig for alchemists, so I think there's no way they should do that. I don't even think, even if it was a double dig, I still don't think they should do it, though. I think it's still just that much more important to rapidly unlock a lot of black hexes to really get your worker economy rolling. There's really not a lot of threat on this early. Double dig here. That's interesting. So now they're hoping witches aren't going to single dig this, which probably they won't have the option because presumably, and he says sorry. I don't know if it's just because he was thinking for a while. Yeah. Alchemists do just single dig here. Makes a ton of sense. It's totally fine. It does mean witches have all the power next round for spades, but it means these two players hopefully won't. So at the worst case, we can at least single dig next round, which is all we really need. I'm sending priest to earth just in case witches wanted to 5 power priest. 5 power priesting is pretty unlikely, but I actually think 5 power priesting is slightly undervalued at times. Witches have so much power here and not a lot of ways to leverage it. And I think 5 power priest is far from crazy for witches, to be honest. I don't think a lot of players would do it, but I actually think I think it would have been reasonable for them to consider it. I think I'm going to just take a coin's power action, potentially, with my next action. I haven't fully committed to that. I need one more coin, and coins are here, so it's tempting to just get a big edge on coins. The downside, of course, is... The downside is I won't necessarily have enough power to contest dig actions, so... I forgot mermaids still have their dig left, too. I'm curious where they're going to put that, because they don't actually have a hex. But I'm also curious what alchemists do, if they upgrade to a temple, or if they just build another dwelling. But we'll see. Um, I think I will take a coin's power action, but I'm not sure. Mermaids just dig the green. Yeah, presumably mermaids make this blue. Now, the downside is, like, making this blue, Alchemist can reach it. Oh, we don't get a coin's power action. Well, that answers that. We're not doing that, which is fine. It's not a big deal. We have lots of coins coming up soon anyhow, and there's lots of coins on the passes. But it does mean that we're not going to get Mermaid Spade tile anymore, which is pretty sad. I wanted that, but whatever. We take this. We take this. Pretty classic chaos stuff. We might be passing first now, though, huh? Because this is a dig. Oh, no, witches still pass first. So witches still have priority on double dig. And mermaids do take this hex. That makes sense for mermaids. Making this blue and letting alchemists potentially steal it from you is definitely risky. So I think that makes a lot of sense. If witches do pass, I think I do take temp ship, because temp shipping to this red next round looks totally fine. We single dig and temp ship, and we get 2 dwellings out. Getting even 2 dwellings out next round is pretty good. It still leaves us a priest that we can send anywhere. I still want to send priest other cult tracks because I still want to play a somewhat culty game here. But we'll see. I'm assuming mermaids or witches pass. If witches don't pass, I'm also pretty happy with that. But I don't know what they're doing here if they're not passing. So I'm assuming they're going to pass. They're going to open double dig on these 2 hexes. We'll pass and open single dig. If we wheel priest to fire, we probably take it. Otherwise, I might just send another priest to earth, but we'll find out. Witches do pass. Again, I'm gonna take temp ship then. Yeah, just gonna take temp ship. There's a chance that I make a town up here this game. This is 4 digs, but 4 digs for a town is about as good as it's gonna get for us. I mean, this is 2 digs and a bridge, which would be even better, but it's hard to get there. We got cut off of this dreamy town location, which not shocking because we're not starting there. Anyhow, sorry, I'm blabbing out on I'm supposed to just pass for temp ship, right? Yeah, temp ship is very good here. There is a small chance I'm supposed to consider advancing ship next round and just going on a bit of a dwelling. Nah, I don't have time for that. Will I take double dig if single dig is? Well, yeah. So if for some reason witches open single dig, I will take double dig and I'll just make this hex yellow. But I don't think there's any world in which that's actually happening. But we'll see. Yeah, mermaids just want neighbors at this point. Yeah, I mean, mermaids might just be letting witches have this at this point, which, yikes. Witches, I mean, are not getting disrupted from, like, anything, and they did get a ton of leech because of what we did, so they're still in a very good spot, too. But we'll see. Alchemists do get the spade. It's pretty nice for them. I assume, again, this looks very double dig, and it is. It's like this hex and this hex. And it is, yep. Very, very much what was assumed, but it's very good, so. But we still get single dig here, which is great for us. No complaints here. We do need 1 more coin. I might just do a power to a coin. I could take a coin's power action, but there's still so many coins that I'm about to get that I actually kind of just want to take another priest power action here. Although I guess mermaids have multiple priests. I don't know. There's a lot of value in sending priests to the cult still right now, particularly on Earth. So we'll see. But witches are probably regretting temple spot. Yes, I completely agree. The one thing witches have done wrong this game is that their temple is still in the wrong spot. They're supposed to have a temple here. They might even want to build a sanctuary next round, but again, it's in the wrong spot. They definitely should have a temple here. On some of my previous streams and stuff, I've always said, like, if you're gonna go double center, like the temple is the sanctuary town is usually here, and the stronghold town is like one of those two options. But whatever. We're happy to see small mistakes from our opponents. Our next move is Priest of Fire. I would like to send Priest of Fire. I would not mind getting a Priest Power action back to send another one to Earth. But we'll see what we get. But I want to just send Priest of Fire because lots of workers are good, but also because just getting tempo on winning some more cults is great. Alchemist dig there. That's very expected. Makes a lot of sense. Alchemists are doing pretty good at getting the whole worker economy thing rolling. They still have no temple, though, so they have no priest production. But I'm starting to wonder if they're just... I'm curious if this is just a stronghold in round 3. Witches have to dig the brown hex in the north. Yeah, so witches might be eyeing up this for a 4-hex town. Otherwise, witches might just build another temple and build a sanctuary later. We'll see. Witches also have to be slightly concerned about this now. I mean, witches can still go through here, but I think witches are trying to 3-town by having a town here, and a town somewhere in this range. But we'll see. Things are still, looking pretty good here for us. I'm a bit curious where witches are going to send their priest. A lot of times witches like to take this air spot, and I kind of want the air spot too eventually, but I don't think I care that much. It's just really for helping win the cult. But we'll see. There does have to be slight concern that witches are eyeing this for their sanctuary town. They could potentially take these 3 hexes, but this is again a triple dig for witches, and it's very painful. Wow, and witches are just gonna hard dig this. He has to 3 power his way to another worker to do that, yeah, but he does it. It's not bad, but it's expensive, so I don't know if I would have done it, but I get why he did it, but that does really alleviate the pressure off of here too, which is great for us. I said I wanted Priest of Fire. Let's not delay on that too much. If I wield the Priest power action, I'm taking it. Another Priest to just anywhere. Another Priest to Earth is great. A Priest to Air is great. Even a Priest to Water is fine. They all eventually pay out more coins. I think it's just more important to me than taking more coins right at the moment. I think I really just want more priests. So it doesn't look like any of my opponents are going to take the priest power action either. So I think I do just get it. This last priest spot on Earth is actually probably the best for me. So we'll see if I get it. But when is time to upgrade shipping here, considering round 4 income? So the round 4 event's really nice. But if I do wield the priest here, I already have 3 priests on the cults. Like, it's nice to keep sending priests to cults, but shipping is really important to me to actually expand and reach some other hexes. So honestly, it's possible round 3 I'm just going to advance ship. Although that means I need 2 priests, which I'm not convinced I'm going to get. But yeah, somewhere in these rounds, I'm just advancing. I'm advancing ship somewhere in here because I'm not really building trading posts, right? Like, I don't need to build trading posts this game early. I eventually will build some, but I just need worker income. There's so much coin income, so I just want lots of dwellings out. The only thing I'm doing for the next couple rounds is putting dwellings out. I'm either via digging or shipping, but that's all that's really happening. I can exploit the shipping bonus. Yeah, I mean, this shipping bonus is going to be contested between alchemists, mermaids, and presumably me, but if I somehow get to pass for this thing, yeah, great. But yeah, super, you're exactly correct. Will I ever build a second town? Possibly. I would like to, but I can't guarantee you. I, again, kind of think the town might be here. This is 4 digs. It's also probably only 1 neighbor, but it's at least an actual like spot I'm gonna get, I wouldn't mind this town at all. But I think this hex witches are gonna take before we ever get there. And so then like there's no other clear town spots left for us. I mean maybe these 4 hexes, but that's asking a lot too. So anyhow, we wheeled the priest action like we wanted. It's the most important thing to me. Witches used their priest for what? Whoa, what happened? They did a... Oh, they said priest to earth. Whoops. Okay, so we already lost out on this, but... Oh, well. That just means we get another 3 spot now, which is totally fine. We do only get 6 coins. I was kind of hoping to send a priest and get 8, but, like, now we just get great tempo on another cult track, so that we'll be at step 6, 6, and 5. That feels quite good. We already have lined up 6 coins, 3 workers, 6 coins. That's great. Like, we have great economic boosts off the cults still. I'd be pretty happy with this spade tile or with this ship tile. I don't super care which one. Presumably witches are going to take... Oh, and alchemists take that. And now I suspect witches are going to take the spade. But, oh well. I said priest to air. I'm going to convert a power to a coin, build this dwelling still. Witches are going to pass in front of us. Witches probably take the spade then, at which point I probably do just take the priest again, to be honest, and I just advance ship twice next round and try to build, and build. That's a lot of coins, though, so... Because advancing ship twice is 8 coins, and then it's 6 coins for the dwelling, so I would need 14 coins. I mean, I make 9, so it's only a shortfall of 5 coins, but 5 coins is still quite a bit. I have a lot of power, though, so maybe... Oh, I can just take a coin's power action here. I missed that. I should just take a coin's power action, right? I mean, I'll be down to 6 power tokens then, but who cares? Like, that's fine, right? Oh, wow, I'm left the spade, though, and not the priest. Okay. So if I take this, I'm not going to get to advance ship twice next round. Because I would need another priest power action. Although I might still get a priest power action, because I'm going to get some leech. Yeah, I think it's good just to get tempo on coins, right? Coins are always really good. Why not? If I'm already converting 1 power to a coin, it's essentially converting 3 power to 6 coins. That's a pretty great deal. Yeah, I'm gonna regret not doing that later. So yeah, let's just do this now. That's great. Why not? And then yeah, I'm just gonna pass for the spade. Spades are great still. Totally a good tile. All right. How about coin action? Yeah. Hey, King of Gods. Thanks for chiming in. I did exactly what you said. Yeah, the coin action was great. So, guess getting Stronghold next round with worker action wasn't efficient since Stronghold one shot. Oh, yeah. Stronghold was never on my mind. Stronghold is too many workers. It doesn't actually do me enough, and there's no pass tile for it. So it's just it's really not good. The one thing to realize about the big building event is that it's actually it's not really that great of a way to make points. The Stronghold for Chaos, even though it's cheap, it's still 8 resources. 8 resources are already, at the worst case scenario, at the end of the game, 8 resources are 2 2/3 victory points, right? So essentially this event is actually only build a Stronghold and net like 2 1/3 victory points. And chasing 2 1/3 victory points by building a really crummy structure is, I mean, when you phrase it that way, it's hopefully obvious that that's not a good deal at all. Especially when we have Earth 1, and just building dwellings are 2 points each. And it's netting 1 point each time you build them, if you consider the resources. If you consider the economy of dwellings, like, it's so clear that building dwellings here is much superior to building a Stronghold. So yeah, Stronghold was never the plan. This is always just get more dwellings out. I'm assuming that this is Stronghold Alchemists, which I'll get a little bit of leech. And if I get a bit more leech, I'd like to take a priest power action, but I'm not willing to burn below 6 power tokens. So we'll see. I was planning to advance ship, but it might not be worth it. I might just dig this hex. Um, it might be just dig this hex this round and send another priest somewhere, but it could be another priest to earth or fire even. Um, we'll see. I guess the big debate is if I want my spade to go anywhere else. Because I could like try to advance ship and wait to see if I could advance ship twice, but I don't even think there's anywhere else I would want the spade to go. I guess this hex would be the only argument, because this hex maybe lets me get over to these things later. But looks like alchemists are going to take the priest. I don't know. It seems alchemists don't realize that they have their pointer thing on, and so we can see it when they're clicking. But anyhow, we're definitely not getting the priest anymore. So it's fine. I think that does mean I'm just digging this hex. Yeah, I'm just digging this hex. I'm not even really sure what else I'm going to do this round anymore, but that's okay. I need a lot of coins to get 7 points with only one neighbor. So, yeah, I mean, I might eventually build a stronghold up here just in order to make this town, but I don't actually think that's likely. I don't usually care too much about building expensive trading posts. I think it's overblown. There's so many coins in this game, I can do it if I have to. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this hex, build on it. I think I'm still gonna send Priest to Fire, but I did realize one reason I might not build Priest to Fire is I do think I'm building a temple next round, and the temple should be Water 1, Air 1, but if I get blocked from Water 1, it might be Fire 2, Air 1. Oh wow, Mermaids went Sanctuary. That makes sense, but yeah, I want more Leech. Alchemist might give us power yet, in which case we might get Double Dig this round, because I'm not sure if any of our opponents really want it. I suspect this means Mermaids are taking Water 1. So yeah, we might get Water 1 blocked yet this game. Well, wait, they take Earth 3? Oh my god. It can't, I mean, that's a choice. It's not a good choice, but it's a choice. So the reason it's not good is because Water 1 is going to be worth like at least 12 victory points to them. This is at best like 4 victory points on Earth and a spade. 4 victory points and a spade is not worth 12 victory points. But whatever. Is Water 1 in danger? Yes. Water 1's definitely in danger. Super. Water 1 is in danger because alchemists could just build stronghold, and then they're gonna they might build a trading post to have tempo on building a temple next round. I think witches are gonna consider like building a trading post and then making a temple next round. Witches actually have enough resources. Well, no, I don't know what they're doing, but I do think there might be people taking Water 1 this round. So anyhow, if we lose Water 1, the point is. If we lose Water 1, I think the point is I think my temple next round will wind up being Air 1, Fire 2. But if I send a Priest to Fire, and then I take Fire 2, I can't even cap the column out. So that's not really good. So it might just be a Priest to Air here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We do see the Stronghold come in, as we expect. We will just accept that Leech still. If I get Double Dig, I want to build here. Although, I just realized if I do get Double Dig and I build here, I can't... Witches do go for a trading post here. This is confusing to me. I thought they were going to angle for a temple sanctuary, but now this looks like they might just build a stronghold. I don't know what that means for sure. I think I'm supposed to send a priest to a cult track and hope to get Double Dig, but I just realized alchemists might Double Dig. So betting on Double Dig is potentially really wrong. Um, the other crazier option that's starting to come into my head is that I just take another coins power action, which is an insane number of coins, but um, I might just save my priests and advance dig. Although I need a lot of workers then too. I don't entirely hate the advanced digging plan. I do want to advance ship eventually too. I'm gonna start making two priests around towards the end. I don't think there's much pressure on these hexes still. But this is tough. My instincts tell me just take more coins. I'm just never gonna be sad about having a ton of coins. And then I think I can get away with doing advanced digging and advanced shipping stuff. Five power priest for ships. It's not awful. I definitely could have advanced. I could have five power priested advanced ship twice and then built three dwellings. Um, it's definitely tempting. I considered it. I don't in any way like hate it, but I obviously also didn't actually do it. So I'm probably gonna pass for this tile, even though I don't think I'm gonna have any trading posts on the board next round. But a worker and three coins is just the best pass tile here. Um, yeah, I think my next move is to pass too. I don't actually like as much as I kind of wanted to keep leveraging this event. I do think I need priests to actually advance ship and advance dig and do all the stuff I've been talking about. Um, I do need so many workers. I'm spending at least 4 workers next round for a temple. And then it would be 8 workers to advance dig. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not totally sure this is the right game plan, but whatever. We're having fun. We're doing things. Whether or not they're good things, we'll find out. Again, this is a ton of coins, but the coins do disappear pretty fast when we start talking about advancing ship and advancing dig and stuff. So we'll see. Already make my trading post? No, I will never make a trading post here. Making a trading post here is making even more coins and less workers, and I don't want that at all. It does give me tempo on water 1, but I don't care that much about water 1 this game. Would I prefer it? Yeah, but but anyhow, water one's just not that valuable to me. I have lots of ways to make points, and water one really isn't one of those ways. So we see another priest to worker conversion for witches. Witches have already done a lot of like awkward power to workers, and mermaids have also now done. They just took a workers power action. So as we said earlier, this game is kind of worker tight, and it's caused people to do awkward stuff. At this point, it doesn't even look like that witches are going to be interested in Water 1 to me anyhow. So I think we're okay. I think I do still take this tile, as I said. I don't think I'm going to get points out of it, but none of my opponents get points out of it then either, and I get 3 coins and a worker, which I think is very good for us. Although before I pass, is there any way my opponents are done this round? I don't think any of my opponents are done, and Priest of Fire maybe isn't that bad of a move, because I don't think I'm gonna get blocked from Water 1, so I think I'm taking Water 1 Air 1, so I don't think I need Fire 2. In which case, turning a Priest into a worker and some coins is pretty good, although then I don't have as many priests as I've been saying I need, but maybe I can power action a priest next round. I don't know. This might be wrong, but I'm doing it. Um, we're still getting great economy off the cults, which is the good news. We have pretty good victory points set up in the cults, so that's good news too. Um, I will pass for this tile now, but my prediction was my opponents weren't done. I assume alchemists have to at least build a temple or double dig, and I assume witches will use their flight before passing. So that's why I thought I could get away with this and still pass first. I'm assuming witches are going to fly here, and then witches will fly here next round and set up another town space somewhere in here, but we'll see. Nobody's actually taken a bridge yet this game. Bridge pressure on this map can be really high, but we don't need a bridge assuming we get this hex, and I still think we get this hex. We don't even need a bridge if we're gonna go through here later. So this is still, yeah, kind of on the periphery as a possibility for a town. Especially if we advance dig, there's a chance that we make 3 towns this game, I guess. It's unlikely that we do that, but it's a possibility, I suppose. Avon's really been taking quite a bit of time lately. I mean, we have too, but hopefully nobody's going to try to boot him. Nobody looks to be yet, but it would be a bit sad if we just end this game. But the way this game is going, you think you're on track to win this one? Honestly, I don't know. I'm pretty happy about where I'm at. But the Alchemist game is a bit better than I thought it might be. I mean, he doesn't have Earth 1, but he is at 3 shipping and he's on the ship tile. Could be worse. We're fine on power. I have a ton of resources. I have good cults. I think I'm going to have all 3 scoring favors. Having a ton of resources, good cults, all 3 scoring favors is not a bad position, but we are down in points by quite a bit. So I don't know if we're winning. Looking at our opponents, Mermaids just built a stronghold. Mermaids are out of it. They're not doing good enough things with their economy. Just look at what they're producing and where they're at. They have no economy and not great victory points. So they're completely out of this game. But Alchemists, though, like I said, I think they're totally in the game. Alchemists have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the Alchemists are at max worker production, which is what you really need as Alchemists. They have no priest production, which is making their advanced dig life a bit awkward. Alchemists also don't have clear town space yet. Alchemists also, yeah, have no temple, no earth 1. They don't have water 1 yet either. But again, there's like no pressure on water 1 because Danchenko took earth 3 instead of water 1, so that's like just not actually a concern. How are witches doing? Witches temple still just looks to be in the wrong spot to me. They do have pretty good dwellings plus a stronghold now, which is nice, but they have no coins. Like, we've taken all the coins. I mean, I've said there's a lot of coins in this game, but there's a lot of coins in this game for people that send priests to Earth and send priests to the track and take coins power actions and take coins pass tiles. They're a bit behind economy, so I'm not super worried about witches. I mean, these guys are 20 to 30 points ahead of me, but I have like at least 15 points on each of them locked up in the cults, right? I mean, we should really give me like 15 more points than I currently have just because of all the effort I've put into cults. And then we look at my economy. I think I'm winning. Although Alchemist economy is really good. Again, they just don't have ways to turn it into points necessarily. There's not necessarily pass tiles this game. But if Alchemist can hit like 2 towns and they get a temple for water 1, which I'm assuming they will, I think alchemists are the big. I think alchemists are the biggest threat to us. I think witches are still somewhat a threat. They have hidden points, obviously too. But we have an insane amount of resources. We could take more coins. More coins is probably wrong. Um, I don't think I need to rush for water one. Dan almost certainly has to take a coins power action anyhow. Yeah, I don't think there's any way our three opponents take water one before us. I think I take a priest here. I need priest. Right? I do want to advance dig, I think. Or maybe ship. I don't actually know the answer yet. I want to do both is actually the answer, but I have to figure out which is most efficient. Uh hopefully Dan takes the coins though. I would really like there to be coin pressure on the table, and I think witches getting coins would be a pretty big outcome for them. But yeah, Dan does just take coins, which is great. We're gonna build our temple right here. Um, I think we're gonna build temple, and we might do ship 2 this round and take these red hexes. Um, yeah, if we go 2 ship and build more dwellings this round, next round I think we can advance dig and then take this hex. I think is gonna be the game plan, but I guess we'll make this temple first and then worry about what the rest of the game plan is in a sec. You guess witches are going to take coins towns? Probably, but we'll see. Even if witches, but if witches are taking coin towns, they're not taking higher victory point towns. I mean, that's going to cost them a bit. Not bad. I mean, witches are still doing good, but now that they just made this, like witches presumably are going to build a temple this round so that they can build a sanctuary eventually. But like, it kind of looks like they're only going to get 2 towns in the town round, and then I'm not even sure if they're going to get a 3rd town. They probably don't. I guess they still will. I don't know. They're doing well enough, but they're making enough awkward moves too that I think I'm in a strong spot still compared to them. I think I'm winning Fire Cult and Air Cult, and then taking 2nd on Earth probably this game, but we'll see. But yeah, I am gonna temple for water 1 air 1 here. Water 1 air 1 is the play. Just being at 17 points in round 4 would make me so nervous. Oh yeah, that doesn't scare me at all. Don't care. That's fine. We're doing good things with our game. It's gonna be okay. We have so many resources. We have so many points to come. Not a concern. And Crix. Yeah. So I mean broadly I am rarely the victory point leader in a game. I tend to play high economy early, and assume I can turn it into victory points by the end. The answer is I usually can turn it into victory points by the end. But yeah, I don't. I'm definitely not known for sorry, I'm thinking about other stuff. Yeah, I'm not known for having like lots of victory points during the game. Again, if you've ever watched the Zorus's My Best Game series, I put out a video where I entered round 6 with like I think it was 35 points. So it was good times. But I need to be careful with my priest management. So I do need to be careful with priests because I've already sent 4 to the cults and now I'm making 2 around. But I'm planning to advance ship twice and advance dig twice and probably advance ship another time yet this game. So I already have use for 5 priests. I'm using 2 priests this round. I think I am going to advance ship twice and try to build 3 dwellings. I think I'm going to save advance dig for next round. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I might build 1 trading post this round because it gives me 2 points on the pass and it actually gives me 2 more points in the pass because I have air 1. So having 1 trading post out would be pretty good because it's essentially it's 4 extra points if I build it this round so that I can score air 1 and the pass tile just a little bit. So I think the rest of this round is advance ship twice, build this dwelling, this dwelling, this dwelling, build a trading post, Next round, we advance dig. We build this spot, and we make a trading post, and we get a town. We're only going to have one town, but that's okay. I'm expecting that the mermaids are going to take the 2-key town, and that's fine. Do I want to pay a 5 for 4? Usually my answer is take like pretty much all the leech because I'm greedy, but this is a lot, given that we don't have a lot of points. We have a lot of ways to make points, but even then, although the upshot is if we accept this one, we're going to get another one when they make a temple, and then that other one comes at a much more reasonable rate. So whatever. I'm a crazy man. I love resources. Let's do it. What could go wrong? We advance shipping. If somebody takes this hex on us, I'm gonna be very sad. But nobody has advanced digging, so I think we're gonna be okay. Alchemists did make their temple. They do have water one. Witches are about to take water one. Danchenko is sending a priest to water. I assume he's going to take a town next round, and the town is going to be the 2-key town. Alchemists get back on the ship tile. It's really good for them. I don't clearly see their towns next round, so there's that. But we accepted the 5 for 4, so we could accept the 3 for 2. Big brain plays. Let's throw away all our points. It's good stuff. I might even wind up taking a workers' power action, as much as that kind of sort of pains me, but we'll see. Would have never dared to take that power. Power leech gets less efficient the higher it gets. Yeah, absolutely. So 5 for 4 is not super efficient, and even 3 for 2 is not like mega efficient, and yet I accepted both. It's good times. Good times. I will somewhat explain why I did that in just a sec, though, because while it seems crazy, it's not as crazy, I think, as a lot of people think it is. I could dig the brown hex and build 2 trading posts for 3 points more. I could do that, but I don't want to do that. The double dig action's not that efficient for me anymore this game if I plan to advance dig, because this is just more efficient digs. So I don't really ever want to take this action, to be honest. Anyhow, as for the power stuff, I basically this round took a 5 for 4 and then a 3 for 2. So I took 8 power for 6 victory points, right? Now, when you take a power town, you are getting 8 power essentially at the cost of 5 victory points. So if you're willing to ever take power towns at this stage of the game, which people often are willing to settle for a power town during these rounds because they need coins that badly, that's essentially what I just did. I just said I'm willing to pay 6 victory points for 8 power. This is 5 victory points for 8 power. This is paying 6 victory points for 6 coins. So paying 6 victory points for 8 power is a little on edge. It's not that crazy. And as long as you think you have strong ways to score, it can be pretty fine. Like, it can be pretty valuable. And I still think this game that I'm advancing dig, which is a lot of points. I have all of the scoring favors, which is a lot of points. It allows me to take higher victory point towns, which is points. It might let me 3 town, which is points. So I think the power is going to wind up ultimately paying off, but we'll find out. I am kind of wanting to 3 town this game, because I kind of want to carve out this town, and this town. And if we can hit 2 towns next round, that'd be pretty sweet. I'm not sure we'll be able to, but again, we're going to find out. We'll see where we get. Our economy is still pretty good. All these extra coins flowing in is going to be really nice. We're starting to make points a bit. We'll see where we go here. I'm going to build this trading post. I'm gonna have to count my resources if there's any way I can dig this town out next round and still build 2 trading posts and make it. I don't think I can, but we'll find out what happens. Witches are going up fire a lot, which is intriguing to me rather than fighting me on air. They probably, if witches had just sent their priests to air, they probably could win air track. So I'm not sure why they chose fire. I mean, I guess they're definitely taking fire too next round with a sanctuary. Whoa, I missed that mermaids took this. I guess witches are gonna have to double dig this. I don't know. Witches game is awkward. It's fine, but it's awkward. We're probably passing for 4 coins at a cult step. Seems most likely. I'm going to build the trading post, as I said, before passing. It does slightly impact my worker income, which is obviously what I said I really need. But I think I am going to take a worker's power action before passing. Workers are essentially just banking a double dig for later, though, is the plan or the idea. Yeah. This is just banking a double dig for later, so. And then, yeah, we pass for 4 coins at a cult step because the other 2 tiles are not even, they're just not actually options for us. So we're getting there on points a little bit. It's not great, but we're up to, we at least made up some of the gap that round. And we still have a ton of resources to turn into points. We'll see. One of the other questions that we should think about this game is where our network is going to be at. We should be able to beat Mermaid's network this game, but Alchemists are doing pretty good on network. Witches are doing pretty good on network. So where are we going to be at by the end of the game compared to them is kind of undetermined. I think we can at the very least get out these 3 trading posts and the rest of our dwellings. Which is only 3 structures left on the board, but it's possible that both witches and alchemists push all the way to only 2 structures left on their board. So we'll find out. Power actions here, I don't really care about power actions, so I'm not probably gonna rush anything. Alchemists take priest, which is not too surprising. Alchemists still need to upgrade dig twice. I'm not quite sure where Alchemist town plans are. Mermaids are rushing for their town. That means witches get a coin power action here, which is just gross. I say gross because there's like no way that that should happen, but whatever. Wow, but they need a bridge. I see. They're forming a town via bridge. So we get another coins power action. I guess we take it. I don't even know if we need to take it, but it feels wrong to let other people have it. One of the 8-point towns just went, which is slightly sad because I wanted an 8-point town this round, I think. There's still some argument to just take the 2 key town, but I don't know. We are going to get kind of last pick on towns, so because we're going to be pretty slow about it. I think I just take coins. I don't like. It's a little like I don't really need them, but at the same time, like it allows me to. It's just the most efficient action in the game, and it allows me to build more stuff. And maybe that more stuff turns into points yet. Like I don't know. I might wind up taking a workers town, to be honest, just because I'm gonna need more workers, but we'll find out. I don't totally know where this line is headed. We're doing slightly crazy things. Our next moves are advanced on dig. Alchemists are also advancing dig right now, so we'll see where that winds up. Mermaids get a town here. I'm expecting it's 2 key. Oh, it's not 2 key. It's an 8-pointer. Well, the 8-point towns are gone, which is fine actually. 9-point towns are still okay for us. 7-point towns are okay for us. 11-point towns are okay for us. Taking Act 4 here lets worker towns viable and lets us push our network. Yeah, exactly. I do agree, Crix. I think that's part of the idea here. I'm no longer accepting 5 for 4s. It's too much now. I've already done that. I've already done that fun game. And I don't see infinite points in our game, so I'm assuming this is Fire 2 from Witches. It might wind up being the 2-key town now for Witches, which would be annoying. They would definitely fight us a lot more on cults than I was expecting if they do that, which would be unfortunate, but not the end of the world. But, yeah. I should know better than to think I'm just going to win cults. And I mean, to be fair, people should fight cults, but there's been a bit more pressure here at the end on cults than I was expecting. It is Fire 2, and I'm assuming it's 2-key town. Oh, it's not, though. It's a priest town. That's surprising to me. I don't know if that's right, but... Oh, well. We're advancing dig. Yeah, I don't totally know how this round is going to play out. I'm definitely going to dig and build this. There's a chance that we can dig and build, make another trading post, make a temple for Fire 2 and like Air 3 or something, and then take 2 towns during this round. But I don't know. Witches did get up to 84 points. It's definitely a bit of a concern. Witches don't have that many resources, though, and their network is not that great. So we should be able to beat them on network. I still assume Alchemist will outright win network by the end of the game, but... Witches not locking out Fire Cult is also kind of surprising to me. I guess they just might send 2 priests to Fire, but... I don't know. I actually don't hate 2-key town, Crix. I think it's just overtaken for a lot of people without cohesive game plans around it. But yes, there's definitely an argument to 2-key town here. I'm not actually convinced I want it yet, though. The main reason I'm not super convinced I want 2-key town is because I think I just want a temple for Fire 2, and that already wins Fire Cult. And so then what is the 2-key town doing for me at that point? And the answer is not a lot. So witches have a lot of hexes with ship. So I do agree, witches still have a lot of hexes, but witches still need to build their trading posts and their dwellings. Now, admittedly, that's, I guess, 3 trading posts and 6 dwellings. But they don't have a lot of workers. So how are they, or coins, right? Like, look at their economy is not that great. So are they actually going to be able to afford to put out all this stuff? I think the answer is probably no, but I'm not totally sure because, I mean, they still have a free flight too. Oh, wow. Witches also took Air 1. Did they get Water 1 blocked? Oh, Mermaids did take Water 1 last round. That's how much I'm paying attention. So our next move is to dig and build this hex. And then I got to do counts on our workers at that point for seeing how much we dream. It cycles a lot of power while contesting Earth and second on water cults. I haven't crunched the numbers on the economic advantage of the power cycling. Yeah, so Crix, I do think the 2-key town is still viable. I don't hate it. If I'm going to build a temple, though, and I'm going to take, like, I think I'm going to take Fire 2, Water 2, and then I have a cult step, and I'll have the Water 2 cult step. I don't think the 2-key town does enough for us if I do that line. So if I'm going to go for the temple for Fire 2, I don't think 2-key town makes sense. If I'm going to instead build a dwelling and just make this a trading post and I'm just making 1 town, then 2-key town starts to be a lot more reasonable. But we'll see. What did the witches do with their priests? I should really figure that out. They advanced on ship for the first time. Okay. I'm partly just curious what their priests are for, because like they could send them to fire, they could send them to air. There's still things to contest with them, but I'm not totally sure what their plans are. They do still also need to pay for 2 more shipping this game, which makes their network, like building all this stuff and getting 2 more ship is not trivial for them. But we'll see. We do still have a pretty decent number of points coming in this round. I'm not sure we're going to get a pass tile. Whoever passes first is going to be on this one. We might be able to outlast alchemists for this tile. So if we're trying to outlast alchemists, it's possible I should just dig this to yellow and delay, which is actually what I think I am going to do. Dan closes out earth, makes sense. Witches are just going to close out fire, it looks like. This is where I could just fire 2 right now. So now I have to do math, because I might want to fire 2 this instant. Oh, I can't fire 2 this instant, because I can't actually close it out, because I don't have town space. Okay, fine. Witches are probably going to win fire, which makes taking fire 2 a bit less exciting anyhow. But I might still do it, because I think I might still be dreaming 3 towns. But regardless, I'm just turning this to yellow and delaying and watching what everybody does. 2 key town is crap now. Yeah, I mean, if witches are actually going to close out fire, 2 key town is completely useless. But if witches are going to close out fire and whatever, I mean, they invested a lot of effort into beating us on fire too, and that's fine. Our cult game is going to be weaker than I wanted it to be, but it's tolerable to me. We'll still have a lot of second places and presumably 1 first, and that's still worth a pretty decent. That's still worth a good amount. And we still are earning points in enough ways. I'm not too concerned yet, but we'll see. Alchemists does take another workers power action. Makes sense. Alchemists are presumably, what are they doing? Are they gonna fire 2 and build a trading post? I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but we'll see. Alchemist having fully advanced digging and not a hell of a lot to do is a big concern for the 3rd town dream right here, because alchemists very well could just mess with our hexes next round because they don't have anything better to do, but we'll see. It does look like both mermaids and witches are getting close to being done with this round. Witches are just closing out fire, so that dream is dead. I probably should build on this. It's a double dig for witches, so I don't think they would, but on the off chance that they would, we should do this. So at this point, building a temple, temple takes 2 workers, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7 in order to build a trading post. So we need 7 workers. We're 2 short, but we can take a worker town. So we can still make 2 towns this round. Because it would be, yeah, right? It would be temple, fire 2, and something else is 2 workers. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the digs and the dwellings. Oh, wait, this is 5. Sorry, this is 5 alone. This is 6, 7 for the upgrade. And then it would be 8, 9. So I would need 9 workers. 9 workers I don't have. So that's also unfortunate. So maybe the grand, silly 3-town dream should just die. It probably should die anyhow. 3 towns is tough when alchemists are watching this one. So I think it should be just make A-town this round. We'll make A-town next round here. And then we just build network. Is probably best. Probably best. So witches having such a long round does look like it's going to cost them a pass tile. So that part's at least good news for us. I think I am still just taking a worker town, which kind of sucks, but I do need workers to complete our goals. I might just take this hex as my next action. This hex still enables us to reach here and like over here and here. We don't have a ton of delay actions with this plan, which is also a little sad, but because I really do want Alchemist tile at this point, but yeah, this game's probably not going to quite come together. We've done pretty good things, but I don't think it's going to be quite good enough things. We had a little more cult competition than I thought. We probably don't have quite enough victory points, and I don't think we're going to get Alchemist pass tile. Although maybe we do still. Alchemists are going to... Well, actually, maybe witches get it. Oh my god, that's crazy if that happens. But witches still have 1, 2, maybe 3 actions left. And alchemists probably are sanctuary for fire too. Although actually alchemists shouldn't sanctuary, right? They should just temple for a fire 2 and then build a 4 hex town. Sanctuary is just gonna somewhat limit their max network. I don't know. We'll see. We're still doing okay on network. We are going to have to build some expensive trading posts this game in order to make our other town, but as I said, I don't care that much about that, and with how many coins we have, I don't think we really have to care about that. Alchemists are going for this hex, which does indicate their plan is to fire 2, I think. Or it could be expensive trading post, actually, I guess. They just might never need fire 2. But it does mean that they're not going to have that much longer of a round. Which is unfortunate because I do think that means witches are going to wind up with their pass tile. And witches getting the ship pass tile here is very not good. Witches are probably the biggest issue for us. And them having a pass tile is real sad when we're not going to have one. But can't do anything about it. So witches do fly over here. Makes sense. We are going to just build a trading post here. I think I am still just taking a worker town. We have so many uses for workers still right now. We do have several more dwellings we can build right now, so I think our next move is actually to dig and build this, and then we can build this before passing, which really maximizes our income and our position at least. It should allow us... I think there's a chance... Well, I don't know if we have enough workers. We definitely are at least going to get down to only 3 structures left, which was the plan. I'm not sure we're going to get any further. Alchemists do go for the expensive trading posts. I think alchemists aren't really in this game. They take the 11-point town, makes sense, but I don't think they have enough oomph to be in this game, but we'll see. Alchemists do have to pass with their next action, which means witches are going to get away with this, because witches are just going to dig here and do nothing, and then... God, that sucks. If Alchemist had 1 more action. Oh well. Maybe Temple and do more dwellings next round? No. Temple... Oh, I could build more... I see. More dwellings next round are points is the idea, but Temple doesn't really do me anything. I don't want a Temple. I could expensive trading post to do more dwellings next round, but I need lots of workers still. So I'm just building dwellings now. I don't actually care. I think they're still worth points to me. I might not build this dwelling, to be fair. I might leave that one now. But we'll see. Oh, except I still have this thing, too. I guess I'm never passing first. I don't know. Alchemists are going to pass. That's sad. I just gave them enough power. They could have 3-powered to a worker just to dig once. And then witches would have to pass. That's kind of what I was hoping to. I was hoping they were going to do that for us, but... It's not shocking that they don't do it for us, but it's definitely a bad break that witches are going to get that tile. Witches are going to at least build 2 dwellings next round. They're going to get up to the last ship that they need. They're going to pass for a lot of points. Yeah, witches are probably just going to win this game still. Which, I mean, ultimately is not that shocking. Witches did not really get disrupted from any of their hexes, which we knew a while back. That was sad, but... given witches are our biggest problem, we probably should just move up air, although we really do need to send priests to like water now too to close it out, so I don't know, we'll see. But Actually, moving up air might be wrong because air gives us power, but I don't think it's power we can use right now. Yeah, it's not power we can use right now. So actually, we do move up one step on water here. And then it looks like I'm just passing for a priest. We can produce 3 priests. I could build another dwelling for another worker production, which isn't crazy. Like, but saving the dwellings for next round is probably correct. I need to build 2 trading posts and then 4 dwellings. That's 8 workers, which I'll have. And I do have enough red. I have enough free red hexes that I don't need digs. Oh, I forgot. I do still need to pay for this stuff though, right? Because I need to. I do want to build another town still. I get a spade off the cult, so I still need 2 more workers there too. Given that I need that many more workers, I think this is still the right play. So I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna pass for a priest and 2 coins. Yeah, I think priest and 2 coins is the best option we have. Yeah, I think this game is looking like second place for us. I think we win network. I think we have okay cults. We're gonna make okay points in the final round. I think we beat Alchemist still. But I think witches beat us. And mermaids are still out of it, but with our priests, I think we want to send a priest to water. We just got hit on our red hex because apparently alchemists hate us and they just love witches. I don't know why you wouldn't dig witches hex to blue, but I guess they're already fighting for second place is their theory, which fair enough, but that's definitely unfortunate if that's really where they're at already. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes games break bad, but I don't think witches are uncatchable still because their economy sucks so much. Like, they're just not going to build much this round. Like, they're going to eke out a few points and they're going to get a bunch of pass points, but I think it was very reasonable to hurt witches by hitting one of their hexes. But again, didn't happen. So, oh well. I think I do build this hex as my first action, unless I get the coins. I still need more coins, believe it or not. I always need coins in this game, right? So I guess I partly need coins because I'm planning 2 expensive trading posts, which maybe is not in the book, but you know, whatever. Expensive trading posts are fine. But yeah, getting a coins action would be nice. I guess witches can't take it, so it does look like we're gonna get a coins action. That'll be our 4th coins action this game, which is pretty nutty. But if we do take coins, there's a slight risk we're gonna miss out on some of our priest spots. I really want to send priest to water, and I would like to send 1 priest to air, I think, in order to help lock up these cults. Alchemist does take workers. That signals that they're probably fighting. Witches are sending priests there, but I don't. They still need to use a priest to advance ship, so I'm not too worried. I still want coins. Wasn't that dig by witches? Oh, did witches hit this? That makes more sense. Am I blaming alchemists for things that witches did? Ah, witches did that. Okay, never mind. That makes way more sense. Okay. I don't blame you anymore, alchemist. I wasn't paying attention. Thanks, chat, for alchemists don't have a cult spade. Correct. I wasn't paying enough attention. I just assumed it was alchemist for some reason. Witches doing that does make a lot more sense. Alchemists are starting to dig out their other town. Makes sense. Witches build their dwellings. Makes sense. I could hit a witch's hex, but it doesn't do much, so I just dig and build this is the most important thing, just in case somebody wants to come over here and mess with it. I would be saddest about this. I think the next move is priest to air. I still don't actually think witches are going to send another priest to air, but I want to send a priest to air. I want to send a priest to water. I would like to save the last priest to go to 3 ship, just because 3 ship is efficient, and it also buys me 1 more free red hex, which could be helpful. Alchemists are building a town. We still have a town. Mermaids are trying to get another town. Oh, mermaids have another town right through here. So we could wind up with not a very good town. So maybe we're supposed to rush our town plans, but we have a few turns on our town anyhow. But if we are forced, yeah, we might get forced into like a ship town, huh? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna rush town. I care about the town way more now that I'm paying attention. So I don't think there's enough priests left in the game to worry too much about where they're gonna go on cults. Um, Alchemist, I guess, have a free priest. I don't know where it's going, but Witch's priest has to be for advanced ship. And I don't think witches can justify spending 3 power for a priest either, but we'll see. In the absolute worst case scenario, we still potentially have just build a temple on the table, and the temple could be water 3, air 3, or something like that. So. That looks like a bad spade for mermaids probably, but maybe it's okay. But they're gonna get a town right here. I'm not really sure what they're doing besides just taking points, which means taking the 9-pointer. But no, they do take a coin town. Okay, actually, that's a huge edge for us knowing that they did that, because I don't really care between priest town versus worker town. They're both pretty good for us. There's no other towns coming in. So I don't think we rush town anymore because I don't think it matters. So I think I am back to sending priest to air and then priest to water before those options disappear. Yeah, I think that's the most important play. Then we'll build our town, and then we'll do kind of whatever else we can to eke out a few more points, and we'll see where we wind up. Priest air, yeah. This is also where I'm realizing maybe I'm supposed to be burning power to do fancy tricks, because I don't need power actions, but I don't know if I'm supposed to do fancy tricks here or not, actually. So that's probably fine. I'm gonna just keep getting free power from Alchemist, presumably. Actually, I guess Alchemist might go. I don't know what they're doing. Whatever, we'll find out. This is okay. This is okay. Witches still need to advance ship, which brings them to like 104 points. And then they pass for at least 11 is 115. But they're hopefully it looks like they're going to take third on network. So that's 121, 129, 131, 135. Are we competing with 135? Probably not. We have 6 more points. 8 more points is 14, 18. Let's say we take the worker town is 25, 29. We get second on network is another 12, 41. And then hypothetically, we're going to get 20 cult points is 61. 61 is 136. That's exactly 1 more point than what I just calced for witches. So maybe we are still winning this game. It's possible. So then we got to go back to Team Alchemist. Our Team Alchemist in this game. Alchemists have 1, 2. This is 3 points, 4 points, 7 points. They're taking the 9-point town. 16 points. They win network. Oh, actually, wait. Are they win? Are we? We're tying for network win, aren't we? Okay, never mind. We might still win this game, everybody. It's been a little tricky, but it's big econ always pulls through. You have more points than you think. It's gonna be okay. The big danger at this point actually is witches could take a priest power action. Witches taking a priest power action enables them to do things on the cults. So I actually think our next move, oddly enough, is convert a priest to a worker and just take the priest power action off the table. Because I think the most annoying thing witches can do to us is to take a priest. Oh, never mind. We don't have to worry about that anymore because witches built a trading post. So witches are just advancing ship. So they're not messing with our cults, which is really like a nice break right at the end for us too. I do still want to send a priest to water before that disappears. Witches have a trading post and a dwelling drop to go. Oh, so I skipped. Okay, I see. So I did miss 1 point plus 4. Okay, I see. Because, yeah, they are going to get a free. Oh, except I could have dug this. Oh, no, because they can just fly here. I can't stop both. But those were they only have 2 hexes. But, yeah. Okay, never mind. Witches are probably still winning then. I did forget to add in. That's a 1 point trading post, but another 4 point dwelling. Uh, so I missed 5 points off of their score, which means they're actually at 140. I don't know if we can reach 140, but it's a pretty close game, so we'll see. We might have more resource points left behind than I thought too. I'm not totally sure where that's going to wind up, but I also forgot we were tied for network because I don't think alchemists are actually. It does not look like alchemist. It looks like alchemists are going to have 3 structures left, and we'll have 3 structures left. So that's another 3 points for us that I was leaving off though. Oh, except that's a minus a point. I forgot alchemists might do that. I think my next move is advanced ship then, just so that this priest is available and I could take the priest action because the priest power action it looks to be worth just like a point. Although I guess I'm spending a point of resources in order to do it, and alchemists are still going to take a priest. Alchemists are presumably taking a priest or priest town, in which case they are just going to outright beat us on water. So that's going to cost us some points. Oh well. I guess we still have a temple as an option too at the end, although it doesn't look like that's going to be worth it, but we'll see. I think now is time to just go back to finishing out the town. Yeah, it looks like it's time to just finish out the town. The 9 point town would be better for us, but I did give alchemists the edge on making this town. Or do alchemists have the edge on making this town? Oh yeah, they build trading post and then they dig and build a dwelling. Yeah, so they're 2 actions away from finishing up this town, and we're still 2 actions away. So alchemists will beat us to the town. They presumably will take a priest town, and then they probably will wind up just sending priest to water, which means that building a temple for us is a 2 point proposition, which isn't great. It's basically converting points into nothingness, but maybe we do it. Actually, we probably don't do it because the problem of building the temple at the end, the problem is I don't think we have enough workers to build trading post and dwelling again, which would be what would really make it work. But I don't think we can do that. Losing this hex actually does hurt because I really did want to build on this hex and this hex for free. So that witch's dig could wind up being pretty impactful to the end game here, but oh well. Another expensive trading post. Good thing we got all these Act 4s. Yes, these expensive trading posts are being paid for by all of our coins power actions. We've dumped a lot of coins this game into a variety of causes. I mean, we've advanced ship, we've advanced dig. We still want to advance ship. The priest power action got taken by mermaids. That's, I guess they're gonna fight alchemists, which is good for us in terms of fighting for second. But I don't think alchemists are actually in contention for the win. So I think it's between witches and I do think witches have this. I think witches have this game by a couple of points on us, which happens. This Earth 3 play is still pretty surprising. Like, if he just had Water 1 and then Air 1, and then we could have won Earth Cult, that would have been pretty nice too. I mean, he won Earth Cult because of it, but again, that's 4 points for him rather than what else he could have done. But Might have hurt us more than I thought to by the end, but oh well. Stuff happens. We're gonna dig and build our town, I guess, is what we're up to. Yeah, witches are at 120 already. It's not good. Not good. Both green and red got so much leech. One of the games got this fast. Yeah, we both did really well on leech. I mean, green had so much leech. Green again, like mermaids didn't touch any of this stuff. Mermaids didn't touch this hex, which has turned out to be pretty important for witches like network aspirations. Um, I think I think mermaids wind up hurting us a bit by going so cult heavy and stuff on Earth, and I think they hurt us by not going more on network. They didn't step on witches as much as I had hoped. Witches network is only 13. Mermaids easily should still be at 13 network this game too, I think. Especially if mermaids were up through here. If mermaids were up in here too, it would have saved us this expensive trading post, right? So I do think they've cost us quite a bit. I'm gonna just delay and wait because I want to see what other people do. But anyhow, yeah, broadly, we played well. Witches played pretty well. I still think Witches put their temple in the wrong spot, which slowed them down. I think they made a couple mistakes, but they might have just been correct to value Witches so highly in the auction. But I still think this hex probably should have disappeared in most games. I think this starting spot is wrong. Mermaids did start with temp ship, and they started with the spade, didn't they? But they got double dig. I don't know. I think mermaids probably. I think mermaids' decisions influence this game a decent bit. I think there's definitely ways this game breaks better for us. Alchemist also could have chose to single dig because we gave them enough power last round, and then they could have delayed so witches don't have this tile, but we have this tile. It's very reasonable that Alchemist didn't do that, but that also definitely has made an impact in the game, obviously, too, about who's winning. So, whatever. We just didn't get some of the breaks we wanted either. We maybe chose some wrong plans, too, but... so the ship town... Now we can just pay for shipping still, and we can just build one more dwelling, and then we wind up with a few resource points. Plus, for all I know, we still are winning this game. I haven't really done the exact math again recently. We are tying for network win, like I said, which is good. And we were really close with witches, according to my plans. We did lose a point here. Oh, but Alchemist chose to go here with their second priest. So Alchemist didn't steal another point from us, which is nice at least. I don't know. Maybe we're more in it still than I think, but we'll find out. I advance ship. Shipping is good points. I build this dwelling. And I just wind up with some resource points. Sadly, it looks like I wind up with only 2 resource points. But while I could build a temple, that just cost me points. I can't do anything for points. So yeah, I just pass. These resources are just extra, which is a bit sad, but... Alchemist apparently didn't see that we were going to reach over here and tie on network, but we have advanced digging, so we were always going to tie on network, but whatever. It was a good game. I think witches beat us by like a point or two still, which is a bit sad, but stuff happens. Oh, wait, we might tie them. It might be a tie game, huh? I'm doing the math real fast in my head, which maybe means I messed it up, but... We have +9 coming from network, +2 on resources. Yeah, we tie them. Okay, we have a tied win. Tied win is pretty sweet. I mean, I would like to just outright win, but tied win is still good. Now, tied win against this table probably still means I lose ELO, but that's master problems for you, so whatever. Gosh, we're 1 resource away from outright victory, but oh well. Or 1 coin, yeah. But I don't know if there was any way to get that, so. Yep, we do lose a little ELO for that, but not a problem. We're up to gold 3, woo! All right, well, that was pretty sweet. glad that worked out. Glad that we had at least a tied win. Glad to show that we still hit 140 points, even though I went, as usual, down a pretty crazy econ line, even though I was only at, was it 17 points in round 4? I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't great. Uh, we did take a lot of leech this game. I'm going to be really curious about exactly what happens here in the breakdown. Yeah, we took 4 coins power actions. We even took 2 workers actions. We took 2 priest actions. We did only take 1 spade action, but still, we did have a lot of power in this game, which went into a lot of resources, which is pretty cool. We had 76 coins this game, which is absurd. That's a crazy number of coins. Building those expensive trading posts was definitely a slight drag on our economy. Yeah, we gained 30 power via structures, a lot of that early. We didn't do super well on the rounds, but we did very well on favor tiles, which are kind of new. Terrible on pass tiles. Just that 2 points on the trading post tile the one round. That's a lot of why we didn't just outright win this game. We definitely needed a pass tile earlier, but oh well. And then, yeah, we paid 13 points to leech only this game. No, that's not that bad, actually. But that round, that round I accepted this, I paid 6 points for 8 power. It is possible that that was wrong. I'm not that sad about it still because it really did help us win network and push network and stuff. But given that we did wind up with 8 coins at the end, it's a little hard to say because we kind of just had wasted resources. But it's hard at the time to know that we're still going to be able to tie for a network win and achieve all those other goals. So I think it was still right to accept it because it helped ensure that we would actually make sure to hit this network, which is pretty useful. And yeah, that was a fun one. It can be rare to have a game where you actually get to start center as chaos on this map. I think it almost kind of has to be these sort of color arrangement. I think you essentially can't have yellow or brown. As long as yellow and brown are not in the game, I think you can start center. And then this sanctuary town is pretty sweet, and you get to ship around, and it's good times. Danchenko deciding to dig this was also unfortunate to us. If he started somewhere else, there's a good chance that this town space is just left for us the whole game. So, I mean, whatever. We tied for the win, so I mean, I shouldn't really complain too much. But I do think that our bid was still correct for chaos. I think we had more bad breaks than witches. I think we had some bad breaks, and mermaids decided to go Earth 3. Mermaids decided not to contest over here. Mermaids weren't up here, so that we didn't have town up here. Mermaids took this away from us. And witches, I don't think, have a lot to complain about this game. I think they got most everything they wanted. This hex is the main argument for the only real way that witches got significantly disrupted. But oh well, that's how it goes. Thanks everybody who did watch and talk and stuff together in this game. It was fun to stream, and it's always fun to have chat and stuff around, and it was fun to play a chaos game on this stream. It's fun to play a chaos game and win while bidding the most for them too, so that I can dispute Bizzle's crazy claim that red is not good on this map and it's fragile. I never really, I mean, to be fair, there was no neighbors here, but red can be very strong on this map, as seen here. We paid the most, but we still tied for the win, and we probably got the worst breaks of anybody at the table potentially, but don't know. Anyhow, ultimately, yeah, this was a fun one. Thanks all for watching and commenting and following and all that other stuff. It's nice to know people are around and enjoying it, and hopefully get another one in possibly today. Otherwise, hopefully keep doing some more of these and trying to actually climb arena and hit elite, so gotta keep playing games. So anyhow, see y'all.